In today's shifting real estate market, where agility is everything, one question defines success. Do you go for steady cash flow or take the leap into redevelopment? At Rockstep Capital, that's where we dance our finest step. Our strategy is rooted in knowing when to hold steady and when to pivot. We call it the Rockstep, a balance between staying grounded and moving forward. For us, the choice often comes down to two value-add plays, the cash flow strategy or redevelopment. Let's break down how each works, and then we can decide when to shift. So what's a cash flow play? A cash flow play is about stability. You're not reinventing the space, you're refining it. If a property already has strong occupancy, say above 85%, we rockstep into efficiency mode. Take Manhattan Town Center in Manhattan, Kansas. We didn't alter the structure. We fine-tuned the operations, cutting expenses, trimming excess, strengthening tenant relationships, and doing aggressive leasing. The result? Solid net operating income and even rising net operating income, healthy debt coverage, and happy lenders. But sometimes the music changes. That's when we lean into redevelopment, a more transformative move. Here we just don't tweak, we reimagine. So in Hot Springs, Arkansas, we kept 2 anchor tenants, Dillard's and Penny's, and we're demolishing the rest of the mall. In its place, we're building a 128,000 square foot major anchor, and we call this a Rockstep. It's a bold pivot to meet market needs heads on. So let's compare both strategies side by side. When it comes to operations, cash flow stays within the lines. The emphasis here is on cutting costs, optimizing existing operations, aggressive leasing. We look at all the expenses line item by line item, telephone, utilities, landscaping, and reduce costs wherever possible. Redevelopment steps out boldly, reshaping the physical asset itself. In terms of market conditions, cash flow thrives when occupancy is strong. Redevelopment responds when the market demands something new. The financial impact of a cash flow play means immediate returns and solid debt service coverage ratios. With stable net operating income, your debt service coverage ratios are above 1.25, which banks love. This means property generates enough income to comfortably cover loan payments, making it a low-risk investment. At Rockstep Capital, we typically buy properties at high cap rates and leverage them conservatively. When you buy at high cap rates and keep leverage low, your debt service coverage can exceed 2.0 or even 2.5 times. And frankly, that's as good as it gets for a banker. Redevelopment bets on the future upside and requires complex financing. Banks often require personal guarantees and release funds only in phases contingent on signed leases or construction progress. You need to structure agreements with anchor tenants before you demolish and redevelop anything. Let's talk about tenant strategy. Cash flow builds around reliability. It's about finding stable tenants and filling vacancies. Grouping complementary tenants like family-oriented retailers or off-price brands that boosts customer dwell time and spending. Redevelopment plays to shifting trends like the rise of off-price and experiential retail like TJ Maxx, Ross, Burlington. They're expanding aggressively into secondary and tertiary markets, but they need second-generation space to make the economics work. This trend ensures that redevelopment projects can meet the demands of a growing retail sector. Beyond returns, each strategy leaves its mark. Redevelopment often boosts long-term value through modern leases and enhanced community relevance. At Janesville, Wisconsin, we reimagined mall space into a hockey arena, meeting a local need and energizing the area. Cash flow plays, on the other hand, emphasize dependable income, even if lease terms are shorter. Less dramatic, but when managed right, it's a smooth step forward. The truth, there's no one size fits all. The real skill lies in knowing when to shift directions. You got to listen to the music. That's the Rockstep. If occupancy is strong and stable, we lean into cash flow. But when vacancies rise and the market calls for change, we pivot, we rock step towards redevelopment. Every property has a different rhythm, and our job is to listen to the music and move with that rhythm. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to hit the like button on this video. If you learned something new today, go to our Learning Center. Subscribe for more insight. Let's keep rock stepping together.